Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, off it to a 1v1 on Twin Beaches. The twinnest of beaches. In the north it is Masterstef, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 3rd Armored Division straight to the Armored Battle Group with the first, Veterans 1 ability there. Also, one scout opening here is a bit bold. Sound a bit unusual for strange riflemen. In the south it is Xianyang fighting here for the Deutsches Afrika Korps. The German Reich here with the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division with a Panzergrenadier start and 250 half-track. Not super uncommon, but not common either. So here we are. It's no battle group for him, by the way. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So we're going for a fairly aggressive end here from both sides. Both players kind of sacrificing more capture power, though, of course. Arguably, the Americans less because the Scots just have higher capture power there. So it's less of a sacrifice here for Masterstef, obviously, than it is for Xianyang, though arguably he's probably looking to make up for this with a 250 half-track and some aggressive light vehicle play here in the early game. We'll of course have to see how Masterstef responds to this challenge here out of the German war camp. Scouts busy up north, Panzerpion heading north as well there. So, heavy focus from north here, whereas Masterstef's going a bit more broader. This does, of course, mean A, he can capture points faster, but if the Germans concentrate like here, it does mean the riflemen are going to be a bit outgunned. More Panzer Grenadiers here for Xianyang. Guessing Masterstef's got more riflemen planned here, considering the ways Zoru been approaching this. Got the combined arms bonus active on the Panzer Grenadier. 3rd Rive Squad there from Masterstef on the way, as expected as well. Continue fighting here, now sticking inside the half, running 3 can fire at the same time, though I believe they still get the combined arms bonus. After can set his base is sort of striking off a lot of the damage, so arguably that kind of makes up for it. When the half-track either shocks off, it takes the damage to the infantry on the inside. 3rd Rive Squad up, 2nd Panzer Grenadier already there for him. Really slow engagement here for all intents and purposes. At this stage, you probably just rush up with the riflemen and force them away. The up north Panzerpion catching the scout squad here. I mean, there's no reason, I feel like, for not rushing in here close to this stage. Of course, at this point, with the second Rive Squad in, that window opportunity effectively has closed, but he could have done that sooner. Of course, the counter-argument, he was probably worried about the Rive Squad arriving, and so didn't want to do. Now he's going in when the squad is there, and it's too late. So yeah, end up not being, well, not a terrible engagement, but not exactly great engagement either for Xianyang. I mean, he didn't take any losses. Oh, never mind, he's about to lose his half-track. Popping out the Panzerstrom, hoping to draw far away from the half-track here. And it does work. The really close call here, though, for Xianyang. Losing that much manpower in the early game would have been a spectacular blow to him, and also a spectacular win for the Americans. 3rd Panzer Grenadier squad out here for Xianyang and the German army. Can get them both healed up. In fact, he took no casualties here.
Infantry support research completed.
So there we go. Flame force up as well. The Flammen Werfer.
Commander, it's done.
Americans so far getting a bit lead than victory point. Got the captain out there after a fast infantry support center. Light support company there for Xianyang and the Germans. Fixing up that 250 half-track. Popping in the flamethrower team inside of it, so you can get in close and aggressively with it. So we do get a good lead here in terms of fuel from Masterstef over Xianyang. 33 versus 13. Of course, again, the heavy focus up north means, of course, once he loses this, again, due to low presence here, he's going to be a bit behind. So, unfortunately for Xianyang, the gambit up north just didn't pay off. That's always the thing you have to keep in mind over these things, like what's the potential trade-off. More rifle here for Masterstef. Bold choice. We'll have to see what his opponent does next. He may have to research some grenades and have a chance of dealing with the half-track here. Further south here, Panzer is the captain. Captain definitely outgunned here, despite pulling rank on the German troops. Unfortunately, against guns, that's not so helpful when they're not your guns. Half-track gaining veterans 1 there. Nice and dandy there for...
Supplies are cut off. We have holes in our front line.
That doesn't actually show that there. Okay, there we go. Show again. Basically fast acceleration, de-acceleration. Nothing too fancy there in terms of actual combat performance. Once they're being seized. Germans still making a bit more steady comeback after that initial engagement with Pearship. Certainly getting a few more kills here. really overtaking the Americans. Rather than closing in here. 2 squads versus 1, no cover. We'll need support from the half-track, and that is pretty schnell. Masterstef, meanwhile, still hasn't got any grenades, so he can play pretty aggressive with his half-track here. And in fact, we got the combat half-tracks upgrade with the 250-9 here on the way for Xianyang. Really bold here, and certainly highlights a bit the danger in going this heavy on rifling so quickly without any anti-tank options against the DAK, because they can really punish you if you overcommit. This is also one of the reasons you generally see USF players, like, you know, make sure they either have access to bazookas or a fast motor pool so they don't get completely blindsided by, you know, fast armored cars of any kind, or even, say, fast Italian tanks. So, having gone for, like, full rifle scores like this, he's a bit more vulnerable. Even with grenades, that could still get a bit awkward here for Masterstef. There you go, 250-9 armored car out there. And a flak filling as well. Here we got armored support, and we got there the action machine gun upgrade as well. This is really cool. Adding in there some fire package makes right closing in here. Getting shot at, getting burned, getting shot at some more. Southeast here, fuel point, of course, they're about to get reclaimed by America. Pentagon scored their low on health. Could actually lose if it doesn't pay attention. Grenade on the half track. We see here Masterstef rolling in aggressively, confidently, democratically. Back here, Pentagon's ready. We've got the motor pool there for Masterstef. Flak filling is almost done. We'll have to see if he goes for the Greyhound or the Chaffee. The Chaffee certainly would put a hard stop to the light vehicles, more aggressive than the Greyhound. Kind of would expect that, but we'll have to see what Masterstef decides upon.
We have recovery vehicles ready to take the field.
That's us, boys.
Recovery vehicles there, so that's going to be a war machine that he's going to aim for as fast as possible, unsurprisingly, so he can get some discounts on whatever it does go for eventually. Panzerjäger's out. Obviously, this is basically just Xianyang expecting, of course, a light vehicle to counter his light vehicles, making sure he's got something that can support his light vehicles more effectively. There's the Panzerjäger. Sure, they're going to be rubbish against tanks, but against light vehicles, they're reasonably cost and effective, and of course, crucially, they are much more mobile than an anti-tank gun. So he can just, you know, more easily keep pace with his light vehicles, which will allow him to play a lot more aggressively and keep pressure up on his opponent. South side, Rifle Squad moving forwards. Scouts further southwards. Punches the Rifle Squad here. Captain hiding out. Engaging the barracks a bit there, plastering a few shots at it. Will he upgrade the second 250 half as well, as opposed to the bigger question? I imagine eventually, but as long as he's more reliant on the Panzerjägers inside of it, I imagine he won't do that right now. Rifle Squad going for the half-track, getting some grenades off there. Quickly getting some distance in between them and the Americans.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Yeah, very aggressive play here. Masterstef for the anti-tank gun. Could of course gone for a light vehicle here, but with the Panzerjägers as well, that does become a bit more risky, and it's also just not impossible again. He's really just saving up for that, the armor, you know, the war machine ability there. But for the fuel pump continues here. Masterstef seeing his front line very much in tatters. Like, he had that initial bit of success, and then just Xianyang just completely ran over him. Like an out-of-control freight train filled with hazardous chemicals in a suburban neighborhood.
Our barracks are under attack.
Barracks continues to heroically draw a lot of fire while taking no actual damage, it appears. Yeah, this is a really strong movement so far out of Xianyang. I mean, he's pretty much got his opponent pushed back to the base, severing from all of his resources. This is a rough start for the Americans, or rough turn there for the Americans.
Defend our victory point. We're
Very
losing
rough
it.
turn.
They're tearing us up! Jesus H. Christ!
Masterstef is definitely going to need something to put the field of democracy into these Germans.
Victory
There's a
point
bit more mobile on the
now
entertainers.
under
They've got a good shot in there and knocks out the 250 half track. Not the biggest of threats here, but it does help remove some of the pressure here from Masterstef. More crucially, it leaves the Panzerjägers significantly less mobile, meaning it does open up here for Masterstef to use, you know, Chaffies and Greyhounds more actively now, once he hopefully gets them, versus his opponent. For now, it's definitely still rough going. Okay, he's not going to go for light vehicles anytime soon. We've got advanced logistics, so Masterstef pretty much just going, yeah, no light vehicles for me.
victory point.
An interesting choice there. I mean, he's got a lot of infantry, that's obviously going to be bleeding, and I do understand wanting to preserve, you know, manpower costs for that particular issue, but Certainly seems a bit odd to me nonetheless, but ultimately, odd doesn't mean bad here, by the way.
Jump to it, boys.
Far from it. 250-9 here going in for hitting an isolated squad with its autocannon and coaxial machine gun there. But Xianyang here slightly asleep here. Does get grenaded. Panzer Pioneer here left to hold the front line. A tall order there for those Panzer Pioneer as they're finally forced to withdraw. And the Panzerjägers further find themselves utterly outclassed here by actual infantry. The Panzerjägers, not actual Jägers! Quite frankly, we can't even stop panzers with these things.
Improved vehicle production is in. All vehicles are now cheaper to produce.
There you go, War Machine up for Masterstef. Now, when we get anything out of that, we'll of course have to see, because fuel-wise, he's significantly behind his opponents now at like 182. Like, he's getting 43 fuel per minute. He's getting a lot. He's getting more than 3 times what his opponent is getting. Like, at this stage, Xianyang could easily go for the Panzer Commando and probably wouldn't be too far off either from a Panzer III after that. So there's definitely some pressure on Masterstef. Like, this has just been an exemplary strong opening here out of Xianyang. And really has left the Americans reeling a bit. But we do see the Masterstef, though, does make a return after that. We also got veteran squadrons here out of Xianyang, and we do get the MG-34 upgrade as well. The Maschinengewehr 34. Scouts are at fire, Rausball flanking in. Another anti-tank here for Masterstef. Obviously, his small blades are dealing with enemy light vehicles. Mark II frag grenade there being flung at them. Second anti-tank gun almost done. Rausball coming about. Rausball seeing from the south here, troop busy up north. Attacking from the north. Germans' losses piling up there. Second anti-tank gun moving forwards. We can see Xianyang's not doing much with his battle group. Could be he just doesn't really care, or is planning something else. Could be trying to throw flamethrower tanks at his opponent, though I don't think that's likely. More likely he's just going to set up for the loiter at most. Not there's much need for it now, but of course having it ready down ahead of time never hurts. Grenade off here in the 250-9, veteran T2 already. Meanwhile, continue pushing here. Anti-tank guns keeping up reasonably well there. Backfield, of course, keeping a distance. Having a rough idea, of course, that out in the wake of the infantry, there will, of course, be an A-moving anti-tank gun. Meanwhile, a Greyhound action there for Masterstef. Finally, something a bit more mobile than an armed anti-tank gun. Captain forced out. Once more, we see Masterstef's line deflating here. Greyhound halfway done here for the forces of democracy and liberty. Could of course go for the fast deploy there, could go for strength of steel. Meanwhile, Xianyang there with the Panzer Commando, and he's got so much fuel, he can easily push for Panzer III, so he could possibly even try like for armored reserves, then be able to call in the Panzer IV right away. Going for Tiger Tank would obviously be the supremely overconfident move, arguably also the more risky one. Greyhound out, going for the 50 cals there to help you with infantry first. Sneaking northwards, looking to hit some more isolated targets there, I imagine. Probably also hoping to stay clear of the Panzerjägers. There you go, 250 time engaged, Scots bringing in there, Greyhound charging in there, veterans one of course. There you go, good shot there in the 250-9. He's popped the veterans ability, but without moving, that's not going to do anything. In the south, the assault continues, German lines fraying, scattering, Panzer Grenadiers running for the lives. Mein Gott, sie got Dieter! Wasn't his name Dietmar? Nein, it was Friedrich. Jürgen? What? Oh, sorry. Points being seized to the Germans falling back here at a pretty safe pace there. North side there, the 250 getting knocked out is definitely a helpful win here for Masterstef, and he badly needs it. There you go, flamethrower tank, so perhaps not quite planning the loiters right away. EARs here to help further gain the nature of the infantry. Trying to play train strengths now that he's covered up his weaknesses, which is typically caused the DAK light vehicles. And he can now more focus on bullying the Axis infantry, and that way, further isolate the light vehicles. So, strategic, I think, fairly solid here by Masterstef. Thumbs up. You can all see there that Xianyang slightly struggling a bit more now. Now, he's going to need, I think, a Panther 3. He could go for armor reserves, but I think now, trying to go for it, might give Masterstef more time to attack him and gain more map control, whereas a Panther 3 out now, even with the 200 tank guns, will still force him to be a bit more careful, and could that way, I think, allow him to, you know, go for the bigger stuff. We'll see. He could also try for the flamethrower tank, but plenty of options to pursue. Oh, like Panzergrenadier moving about there. Almost all 3 squads have been upgraded with the MG34. And there we go, we do get the Panther 3 here out of Xianyang. Put a bit of fear of Deutschland into the Americans. Filling it out here.
You men, get ready. New recruits in.
Commander, all vehicles will now have less strain on our population and upkeep.
There you go, we do get strength in the steel, of course, allowing for the upkeep costs in his vehicles and tanks. Which of course will definitely help him to, like, you know, get more tanks going down the road. It's one of those more subtle yet very powerful abilities. And go, Grand engaging, Panzers up north, withering away there. That was a very optimistic grenade out of Xianyang. Backfilling the move, still got the internet covering up. The Rout squad here definitely in a bad spot. Has a tiny chance of getting knocked out. Meanwhile, the northern front lines here for the German army falls apart. Panzerfield has arrived. Panzerkampfwagen Dreisfinger engaging the Greyhound. Good shot here. Pushing ahead here for Deutschland, striking at the armored car there, which of course can take some of his courtesy of the armored side. Gets upgrade there. Magnus got a Nego, got the ground in the end. That's definitely a good kill there for Xianyang. Bit of a painful blow there to Masterstef. Losing his ground line. Actually took only 3, so he didn't get it up. Otherwise taking 4 shots then. Can only take 3 hits from a Tiger tank once it's upgraded. Which is also not exactly ideal. No. It's a bit odd, we actually didn't see Masterstef upgraded, but I imagine the project was just everywhere else. Oh, we're troop charging forwards here. Panzer is not in cover, particularly this squad here low on health. Not in cover, is slightly asking for trouble. Once more, Masterstef, having had some success, is watching his success will crumble between his fingers. Cover there crumbling as well. We also got a massive advantage so here for Xianyang over Masterstef in terms of casualties. We're talking pretty much twice as many there. Not exactly great there for the Americans when they're this far behind. Obviously, they are the Americans, it's never the end either for them. It certainly can be a problem occasionally. I mean, we've also seen cases where it wasn't even a problem and there was like a massive disparity there. So, you know. Anyway, she does go for another Greyhound, interestingly enough. Not what I expected here. I mean, he can't go for tank depot anyways, but part me would expect with Panther 3s that he might want to go for Chaffies. Meanwhile, we got another Panther 3 for Xianyang. Pretty much not going to bother going for, anything bigger, because right now, there is a need for it, and just multiple Panther 3s out now would do more damage to his opponent than, saving up resources for a Tiger tank, maybe a Panther 4. So, definitely a logic there too. We also got veterans on that Panther 3 there. Sneaking back with that one. The Panther 3 was sort of designed alongside the Panther 4, with each of them serving a different role. The Panther 4 was initially designed to just fight as infantry, and the Panther 3 was primarily intended to take on tanks. In a sense, an anti-tank tank, but the Germans were pretty quick to realize this was a flawed concept, and of course, it wouldn't be too long after either, that the Panther 4 would steadily become, more of a, medium tank as we know it, and the Panther 3, of course, would eventually just be shifted towards Stuke 3 production, as the Panther 3 was just simply put too small to, really fit big enough guns on it. So, little fun fact. In the south, Panzer is moving forward here, marching into the waiting guns of the Americans. Looking down the more low health squad, of course, is always the right move. The captain, ultimately without cover, is an easy target. Those devious Germans. Grenades flying in here. Greyhound, of course, awaiting repairs and getting them. Second Panther 3, they're setting out. First one needing repairs alongside the flak filling half track. Last got engaged. Now we do get the Chaffee there out of Masterstef. There were a variety of attempts, of course, to make the Panther 3 still last a bit longer, like, the Model M, which was a more upgraded armored version of the Model M. Model L, and then finally the Model N, which actually featured them upgunning it, so sort of close to what the early Panzer IV had, but even that was far from enough. And so ultimately it would just shift towards Stuke production, as that was just, able to fit a bigger gun on it. That was actually useful.
Should be spent when possible.
So, fun facts there. Fixing up the flak feeling in the Panzer III, ambulance sort of hanging back there, obviously. Masterstef. He'll actually cancel the Chaffee here.
We're losing it.
He lost it incredibly fast, and I didn't notice it. I'm planning to take up, pins it up for the EC8s.
They've taken our victory point.
And certainly, I mean, of course, when we get to that stage, it does become a lot more difficult for Xianyang to, like, really survive, because his Panzer IVs absolutely cannot, like, contest, EC8s that cost almost the same as the Panzer III. Which, of course, on paper, of course, starts to make a bit of sense, but they'll create some issues with the Germans. There go flak feeling kaput, shattered, knocked out there. So, of course, for Xianyang, the chances are going to be to, like, what will he do? He's also still not doing much with this battle group beyond that Flampanzer now. Grenade tipping fire into the rifleman. Masterstef, he can't go for the tank depot now. Could also consider maybe a fuel cache. Run some for more fuel to make up for some of that lost early income. Xianyang, by the way, still having a massive fuel leak there. I mean, he could try and get away, at least with armed reserves, maybe into, like, the Panther IV. Still think going for the Tiger tank would be a bit risky. There you go. Tank depot there for Masterstef. And we do get armed reserves there for Xianyang. I mean, he's already got the fuel for the Tiger tank at this stage. Like, just his map control has just been so utterly dominant. He's just more precise that he needs to put aside, like, 3 to 4 minutes worth of manpower without really suffering, like, any losses. That's typically where things get a bit more dangerous. Again, your opponent might then be able to, like, gain the upper hand if you do that. That's why I'm typically a bit more careful about that. Or hesitant, I suppose. This, of course, is where, then going for, like, the Stuke Gs, the Panther IV might make more sense. You could also go for the command tank, honestly, out of the battle group, but that's actually his last option there. That's even his option he's planning there, because the command tank could then, like, boost the Panther IVs, give them a bit more, life to live on. On the way, though, tank depot there, almost ready here for Masterstef. 141 to 348. Germans still have significant leads here. Another anti-tank gun, they're almost done. That's going to put them up to 3 anti-tank guns. I imagine that's Masterstef very much expecting Tiger tanks at this point. I mean, he knows he's behind, he knows his opponent's going to be the lead. So obviously, assuming a Tiger tank is typically not a bad idea, unless your opponent is really known for not going for Tiger tanks. Which, let's be honest, most DAK players aren't known for that. So that's, of course, also creates some additional risk here, of course, to Xianyang with the Tiger tank, because it's going to be expected at some point. So making it too obvious, of course, also means it's going to be countered a bit more obviously. But for now, things are working out for him now. Masterstef, they can soon set up the production line there for Sherman EC8s. I mean, he's got the manpower. The issue is just the fuel, unsurprisingly.
The enemy of resources cut off. We have territory isolated.
Panzers, they're in trouble. Push back. Can imagine the conversation at headquarters. Sir, they've struck it as a major issue point. Fuel? Yes, but damn it, why is that our big problem? Major concern.
Seek and destroy tactics available.
Seek and destroy, actually, not the Scott. Wow. It's a spicy choice there. EC8, of course, buildable now. Again, he's got the manpower. The issue right now for Masterstef is just fuel. As I just tried to make a skid about. Anyways, Panther IV's moving forwards again. He's striking for the Third Reich. Slowly inching his way towards the Tiger tank here. I mean, he could again go for a Panther IV now, some Stukes again. That would give him more armor now, might let him close out the fight faster. But so far, though, he's more focused on that Tiger tank. Also, Masterstef laying down some mines here and there could also be a very good investment, because if the Tiger tank that's likely going to hit at some point hits into that, it's going to be a much easier target for Masterstef's guns. Bring the pen to these northwards. So far, though, I mean, Xianyang just has a continued humongous fuel lead over his opponent. The resource difference there is just... I mean, you'd think he was the Americans and he was the Germans, because the Germans were chronically short of fuel doing most of the war. As despite them, you know, actually producing most of their fuel synthetically, which is actually typically not talked about much, but they did actually primarily make most of them fuel by using lignite, which is a particular type of coal. So, little fun fact there as well. And thus, it always becomes amusing if the Germans have like massive amounts of fuel over their opponents. Panzerjägers of the Ralph squad here. Southeast Ralph squad again going for the Panzerjäger up here by the lighthouse. They want to clear out that first round and push for that point down here, because okay, we got a grenade here, going to flash them out, and kaboom! That worked out fairly well. Up north here, Panzerfleet supporting the Germans seizing the hill. Germany's here for Masterstef. Honestly, at this point, Masterstef may just want to get a fuel cache out. Just up a bit there, but at least he's now getting more fuel per minute than Xianyang. Less good news, of course, Xianyang still has a massive amount of fuel. In fact, he's about to hit him with the Tiger tank. And even once that Tiger tank out, he's still going to have more fuel than Masterstef.
Oh, damn it! Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
So Masterstef is a fighter, even as he is certainly behind in a lot of respects. He refuses to give up. He believes in freedom, democracy, and liberty.
Enemy activity near our munitions point.
Time to clear field of fire.
Graham setting out.
A Sherman Easy-8 has arrived.
There goes Sherman easy up. Brad Pitt has arrived. Panzer goes on to the north here. Ralph squad pushing, supported by the scouts in the northern flank. German forces are being rounded up to try and halt that advance. Panzerfleet looks like going to be dispatched northwards as well.
We have 100 points remaining.
100 points left here. Masterstef needs to sum up these victory points fast. And the fuel is going to be the last of his problems. I mean, it's still going to be his number one problem, but, you know, metaphorically speaking. I mean, he is American, and the fuel will always be the number one issue for Americans. Panzerjäger pushing forwards here. Panzerfleet's moving in, engaging the ground. First, of course, going for the easy target. Thumbs up. Almost had it there with the Panzerjägers. Good shot on the Panzer III. Captain, there's the Panzer Pioneer.
Near our victory point.
More great shots there on the Panzer III's there. But we got the Tiger tank out here for Xianyang. So in from the 5th and 8th Schwere Panzerabteilung. 3rd Schwere Panzerkompanie. And we got munition surplus here out of Masterstef. Spicy. Not seeing that one too much after it got nerfed. But he used to be unsurprisingly very popular. And it gave a massive munitions advantage to the Americans, on top of all the other economic advantages.
Commander, our anti-tank defenses are failing. A victory point is under
Almost at the Panzer III, they're Ralph taking a massive hit. There go 2 anti-tank hits, and there you go. We got the RPG rounds, at least one of them. Thumbs up to Masterstef, remembering this ability actually exists, and is very... Oh, Panzer III, it's a mine! Things are further getting out of hand here for Xianyang, and one Panzer III is kaput!
an anti-tank gun.
Fritz, the lead Panzer's burning! That's what the Tiger was. Well, it's us, the lead Panzer. Got the anti-tank and they're wrecked, but there's still one blasting, and the crew is quite veteran, and they're also quite upset. Panzer's flanking in, trying to deal with the Americans south, get that victory point back before Masterstef pushes his advantage up north. Again, fortunately for Xianyang, Masterstef just hasn't invested into a fuel cache, so the fuel income has so far at least not escalated towards other Easy-8 too fast.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Fixing up the Sherman Easy-8 here.
We're up, boys.
Tiger tank and Panzer repairs, of course, do have the self-repair ability researched for him. Emergency repair kits, thumbs up. I do like this one, again, it's a really nice feature. Thumbs up to that. 99 versus 290. EC has been fixed up. Greyhound has been fixed up. Could try and push for that victory upon that, but of course might be concerned there's something hiding near it that could cover it. So it seems like he's going to go for the south side again. 94 to 90. The gap is still quite significant between the two sides. Ace Captain here versus Ace Panzer Grenadiers. Got some bonuses there. Captain. Do get the armor push in the southwards, meaning he can actually push up north. There you go, he's engaging the Tiger tank. Panzer III's being hit by the Panzer III's both on the hill here. As of course he still had 3 anti-tank solo and the third one was destroyed. Got probing in the south, but seems to be most increasingly just a diversionary attack to keep Xianyang's forces tied up in the south. Oh, lost a squad here while he focused up north, but yeah, that was not a good loss there for Masterstef. I mean, there's never a good loss, but, you know, that was less than good. More Panzer III's here for Xianyang. More rifling out of Masterstef, and he's still got plenty of manpower to spare. In fact, he could go for the other easy soon here. Not right about now.
Defend our victory point.
Just needs to press that magic button. But so far, Masterstef is not building another EC8 here. Most likely because he's forgotten about it, or perhaps some other factor is holding his hand back. Now what that could be, I don't know. Panzers, they're pushing forwards. Panzer almost done. Greyhound's EC8's moving in. Shots fired. 85 is trying 80 here. Surprised we haven't still seen another EC there, Masterstef. I mean, he's got the resources. There you go. Now he goes. Again, I can only assume it was forgetfulness. Or maybe he's having an argument with his wife about his massive collection of Brad Pitt memorabilia or something. I don't know. Of course, there was some repairs there for his Greyhound. 85 is 267. Panzer III support leading the way here for the Tiger tank. EC8 scores a good hit. Another Panzer III's arrived here. Also, fun fact, the very first Tiger tank formations would actually been a mix of Tiger tanks and Panzer III's, though specifically the Model N. But the Model N was then meant to, like, you know, deal with all the infantry while the Tiger tank just focused on the tanks. That was also a very short-lived formation that just went towards, in a sense, pure Tiger tanks with other minor supporting elements, typically some Panzer Pioneers and reconnaissance troops to support the Tiger tank. Fun fact. '85 to 254. I mean, Masterstef really got control back of the match, and Xianyang really seems to be struggling with breaking through the stranglehold here of Masterstef. Of course, the map being as it does make it easy, of course, just further control it with a pair of anti-tank guns. Because in the end, the nerfs just really weren't that impactful. EC8 engaging the Panzer second, EC8 moving up. A lot of damage there, but the Panzer is staying strong inside the building. Bravo Squad about to wipe out, retreats both here, takes no chances. Panzer III's swinging northwards, perhaps looking to flank around the American northern flank here. We'll have to see. 85 is 238. Both sides probing each other a bit, and there you go. Tiger tank moves forwards, engaged here by EC8s and the anti-tank gun. Could be seeing any HVAC rounds here. White Thrusters though fired straight out to the Tiger tank, messing with the crew. And yes, firing White Thrusters at tanks was an actual thing, as suddenly having White Thrusters inside your tank is really, really uncomfortable. So, fun fact there. Another easy on the way there for Masterstef. Even firing regular smoke shells could be quite effective. There's been cases where, like, one Tiger tank assault was broken up, but the Americans just firing smoke shells in between the Tiger tanks so they couldn't see each other, and so because they didn't want to, like, accidentally shoot each other, they just withdrew. instead of committing to the tank fight. So, little fun fact there as well. Brent going in hard, hit cancer shots loaded, firing into the retreating German troops here. Panther fleets are striking back here. Xianyang refuses to lose any more support to the Americans. Third Panther fleet is almost done. 38 though is almost done as well. Panther fleets came out right around the corner. We got a route support to moving with anti-tank grenades. We could see a damage engine on the Panther fleets. No, get out of there. Dodges a damage engine. 30 EC8 ready. There you go. Nice flank up with EC8s. Really good push. Exploiting a gap in the line of sight there. And over the defensive lines here. One Panther go down. We do get a loiter here, but it may not be enough here. And yes, got the most veteran Panther fleet out of the three. That's a beautiful hit here from Masterstef. And a stinging blow there to Xianyang. But he's about to at least get vengeance on the anti-tank. And the Panther fleet's keeping up there. EC8's withdrawing for now. Crew gone. Panther fleet's keeping up the pursuit of the EC8s though. But you do have to keep in mind they are Panther fleets and they're up against the EC8s. It's not exactly a great engagement there. Tactically, Xianyang is going to have to, like, you know, try and isolate the EC8s. Somehow get it into a situation where it can deploy larger numbers against the EC8s in another way. Because in a head-on fight, Panther fleets will lose, but if they can somehow, like, just secure local advantage, however briefly, they might just be able to get the win. Of course, smartly enough, Masterstef is making sure his EC8s are not fighting independently, so they can't be exposed to that kind of tactic. Further south, the Americans got the point here. They really see just more aggressive fluid playing over Masterstef. The EC8s are affording him a lot more leeway. And there, go up north here. Panther fleets with infantry support going in again. EC8s are heading back. TIE tanks going on flanking him. We do get the anti-tanks. Good. Also have the potential rifles hitting up grenades as well there. EC8s not keeping the assault here. Definitely mistake about Xianyang. Shouldn't have pushed in those Panther fleets like that. Almost got another one down, leaving just for the Tiger tank and a Panther fleet now against 3 EC8s. Looking pretty rough here for Xianyang.
A victory point is under enemy control now.
And we got survival training all in there for the Americans. Now they're entering there for Masterstef as well.
Enemy activity near our munitions
Picking up the EC8s. Bit of quiet.
The territory sector.
Silence. Sort of. You see a bit of attempt to break through in the south. The ground, of course, still can serve as an excellent, like, just, you know, flank protector there, screening against infantry pressure like this. Can even, like, drive up and decapture the point if he's got the right ability there selected for it. I don't know if he has, but if he does, he could, like, just drive up and decap the point now. As I was apparently thinking they thought that Greyhound needed. Not sure I agree with that one personally, but here we are. Fresh fighting for the northern victory point here. EC8's letting loose there with a full volley there against the Panzer Grenadier, trying to seize that victory point away from the Americans. Clock continuity against his Xianyang. And again, we can sort of seem like slowly snaking his way forward here. Again, it could threaten the rear lines here of the Germans, which would be the Tiger tank particularly exposed, if he doesn't just, you know, engage head-on with HRAP rounds, which of course would also be effective when he's got 3 EC8s, but so far, he's not doing that. And there you go, anti-tank grenade from the EC8, not that it does too much without much follow-up there, it does a bit of damage. Just better than no damage, obviously, but it could have been caught in with another route support for like a damaged engine or something else. It is anti-tank crewing up there again. Definitely a nasty one there. 2 members use the HRAP round ability there. EC8's now going, there we go. Caught him in a vice, he attacks now from south side, and the TIE tanks were exposed here, of course. This is pretty much, I think, GG now here. Xianyang has bbeen absolutely outmaneuvered here by Masterstef. EC8's raining down from one side, and there you go, 8 rounds 12 for increased damage and penetration, effectively turned into mini Panthers. And there you go, with that it is over. Stinging blow there to Xianyang and the German army, a splendid victory for the Americans. Freedom and democracy. And again, notice despite the at times high disparity there for most of the match in terms of casualties, for the most part he still ends up having more army value than his opponent. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.